Well, hello everybody. Welcome to CCSN Snacktime, a new show here from the Cherry Creek Sports Network where we're going to go into the homes of athletes, see how they're doing at this unprecedented time. Unfortunately, many of them are not having a spring sports season. Today we're joined by Izzy D'Ambrosia. She has lettered 11 times. This spring would have been her 12th times in gymnastics, track, and swimming. Izzy, how are you doing in quarantine?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Doing well. Staying in here. Watching any shows? Binge watching a lot of stuff?
All American. I am obsessed with All American.
All the episodes?
Kaylee and I are halfway through season 2.
Awesome.
So we're probably going to finish it today.
No, we unfortunately got through all of our episodes, and now we're like, don't know what to do with our free time at night. We can't watch All American.
Well, Kaylee spoiled it because she was seeing how many episodes we had left, and then we saw the cover pictures, and then it spoiled 2 things.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, hopefully they weren't good, but it's a great show.
Yeah, it's so good. I love it.
I think the beauty of this going on for so long is that it started off with like Love is Blind at the beginning, like 3 weeks ago, and now everyone's talking about like Tiger King. So
Exactly.
Go Tiger King.
Yeah, unfortunately, it was popped in for a few episodes of Tiger King. I don't think it's the most appropriate viewing experience for 6-year-olds, but that's okay. Or 3-year-old.
So Izzy, you're obviously at home. You're not on the field or the track right now. Just how do you feel that in the matter of really just a few days, it went from, 100 to 0, just getting ready to start racing, and now we're just all at home?
I honestly didn't really believe it. So I've still been going to like Bellevue track and Arapahoe, except this week. And I've still been doing workouts with another person on our track team. And Miss McDavid still is hopeful that we'll have a season. So I feel like I don't totally feel bummed because I feel like it's not completely over yet. And if it is, I just decided where I'm going to college and I'm going to run in college. So I'm not super bummed because I know I'm not like, fully done with track. But I am bummed that it's senior year and this is happening now.
So yes, you are committed to Chapman. What went into that decision, and how did you know that Chapman was the place for you?
Honestly, I still don't even know if I made the right decision because I'm really bad at making decisions. But it kind of came down to if I wanted to run or dive, because I could dive at the University of San Diego, and I was supposed to go visit over spring break. But that obviously didn't happen, and I just had a good feeling at Chapman, and I knew that I would be happy there, and there was just a lot that I still didn't know about San Diego. So I guess I kind of went with my safe choice. And I also got a concussion diving last year, so that was kind of scary, and I feel lucky that I haven't had an awful injury diving, and I kind of just want to end on the good note that I ended on.
So what do you see between the correlation of gymnastics and diving, and then I guess how does track play into that?
Diving was super hard for me like the first month because I just wasn't used to going in on my head. So that was the struggle for my coach because I just would not listen anytime he told me to go into my head. But it was a really easy transition from gymnastics since you're like your body awareness and you're still flipping and everything. And a lot of gymnasts were going from gymnastics to dive season. So I was like, why not? And track was kind of random. My dad ran and he's like, you should try it. So I just tried it.
So, of course, it is CCSN Snacktime. Weiss, I'll have you share first. What do you got for snack this afternoon?
So I've been having a lot of outdoor activities today with my son, Max, and so we're getting a little energy boost from this and potassium this every day. Lots of it.
Izzy, what do you have for snack today?
I got some apples and peanut butter.
These are very, see, my sister brought me back some ketchup chips from Canada. See, now I feel very unhealthy, but it's okay. I know you're still in season, hypothetically, and we'll knock on wood about that. But As far as the senior thing goes, yesterday, of course, the big news of school at home for the rest of the year. What was going through your head about that?
I honestly was really bummed because I was trying to think about my last day of like my senior year, I guess, and I just couldn't even remember it. And I wish I savored the moments more. Like I wish I went to Weiss's class at least. Like I wish I said bye to my teachers. Not that I could have known, but I'm just like hoping that everything like clears up. And Creek's gonna start before I go to college, so I'm hoping I get to go back and say my goodbyes. And I'm still bummed, but we're still trying to figure out like if we can have like a mini prom or like a virtual prom or something, because I'm excited for my prom dress. But
Did you already get it?
yes, and I got it altered too.
You get to use it at some point.
I know, or I was gonna give it to my sister because she has all of her formals.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it was weird thinking back to like that Thursday because it was just another day kind of before spring break, not thinking that we won't ever be back, you know, and obviously there's so many seniors that I felt the same, like, geez, I won't get to be, you know, once you're not in those halls together, it does change, even though we obviously have all sorts of ways to stay in touch these days and see how you guys grow in college and beyond, but it's just not in life in the halls. And to think that was the last day, I mean, you know, I didn't cherish that day the same way that you, and that's, you know, that's kind of like a bookend for growing up to some extent. I feel for you.
Yeah, I think
On another note,
span. Oh, no, poor Weiss.
Ben, she always had snacks. I think she makes her own granola. I could be wrong.
Oh my gosh, yes. Wait, I should grab you some. Mr. Rowe and Miss Gagnon did it. So I've been baking a lot too. That's how I've been feeling my free time.
I heard about some hummus too, maybe?
Oh my gosh, I do like hummus.
We gotta thank our source on the gymnastics team. She knows who she is, but yeah, we heard that you make your own food, which is really cool and healthy.
Yeah, I made this peanut butter actually.
Wow.
That's unreal.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's pretty resourceful. She comes from a family of doctors too, so she's obviously really smart.
You would hope.
So, what are some of the other things you're doing to fill your time during this unexpected quarantine?
I'm doing some at-home workouts with my parents, and I'm going to my grandparents' house and walking their dog. I'm going to the grocery store for them.
Oh, that's awesome. Do your grandparents live kind of close?
Well, they used to live in Cherry Creek, which was like a lot closer, but now they live in Lone Tree, which isn't awful, but it's just for them.
Yeah. What about you, Ben? Because you're looking, I mean, I know you're eating chips, but you look pretty good.
Yeah, I've had a few workouts. There is some girls from cross country that hosted one on Snapchat last week, so they're doing some group workouts online. And for gym, all the teachers made a plan, and for credit, we got to video ourselves doing the workout 4 days a week. So all the gym teachers got together and gave us a pretty hard workout.
Izzy, well, I was going to ask a different question, but I'm curious, some of your favorite moments on the athletic field or on the mat or on the track or in the pool, I should say. Any things that stick out? I mean, you have a great laugh. You always seem to be upbeat and happy. Imagine there's some funny moments that you could share.
Like funny or like, oh my gosh, that was such a great moment? Because I like the funny ones are like me messing up, but like they're funny.
Oh, one of each? Or...
Let's see. Gymnastics. I was doing this thing called a toe pop to the high bar, and like you jump off, like you like turn around the low bar and you catch the high bar, and I totally just missed the high bar and like slammed my face into the mat, and it was just super funny. But it definitely wasn't one of my highlights, but it was just funny. And then I think my highlight for gymnastics this year is I felt like I got pushed a lot harder this season. So I have no regrets about how my season ended. Like, I don't think I could have pushed myself harder, and I don't think I could have done any better routines at state than I did. And my happiest moment this season was probably making it to state finals this year, which I've really just been hoping for and working for. So that was a really happy, exciting moment this year for gymnastics. And then for dive this year, at senior night, it was my very first dive, and I was just like, I totally felt confident going into my dive, and then I don't know what happened, and then I hit my heels on the foot after the first dive. So that didn't feel great, but it was like kind of funny. And like I feel like your smacks at diving, it just brings you closer, so you totally bond because you know like the feeling, and you can just laugh about it. So that was fun. And then the happiest moments for dive, I feel like I love the diving coach. Like, I don't think I could have gotten where I was without him. And so making it to state 3 years in a row was really exciting and a big deal for me, especially my sophomore year because it was the very last meet, so I didn't know if I was going to make it. And then when he told me I made it, that was just such like a happy moment for me. And for track, what?
Track. In the one where there's like points throughout the season, because I remember sophomore year you in class and there was something where you were always on the fence if you were going to make it to state or not. Was that track and field or was that swimming? Or diving?
That was for dive. Yeah. So for a 6 dive meet, oh my gosh, I don't remember the score exactly. I think you might need to get a 220, and for 6 dive meets you need to get the score twice. And then for an 11 dive meet, I'm pretty sure you need to get a 355, and you only need to get that once. So our last meet that we can qualify, it's called like our last chance meet. And then, so since it's an 11 dive meet, you only need to get the score once. So that's for track. Oh, sorry, for dive. And then for track, to make it to state, I think you need to be top 20 or top 22, like in the 5A rankings. And then your coach can also send you to state, like if you're in the relay and stuff, and it doesn't matter where your rankings are, just kind of how you run your relays for your team.
That's awesome.
Yeah. But
She's really had it. Yeah, she's had it all.
yeah, I'm kind of, honestly, now that I think about it, I'm kind of sad about my track season because I got my concussion during track season last year, so I don't really feel like I got my best track season was probably my sophomore year. But it was good. Ms. McDavid really helped me, and she totally, because she also was my teacher my freshman year, so she knew I did gymnastics, so she also knew that hurdles would be a good fit for me, and I didn't do them until the end of my freshman year. So I think for the 100 hurdles, you like 3-step in between each hurdle besides to the first one. So I think the first meet where I actually like 3-stepped the whole entire way just felt really good and was super happy. And like after you PR, you just always feel good. And the track team's just so close and such a like a positive atmosphere. I just love it.
Yeah, it seems like a pretty unique team. Even though there's so many kids, there is a tight-knit group there that really competes, and you guys seem really close. I mean, mostly I follow through social media in the spring since I'm coaching too, but I see you guys down there, and it seems like a pretty cool thing. And Coach McDavid is on another level as far as a coach and person, a mentor.
Yeah, they're awesome.
How do you learn how to do hurdles? I'm serious. I did them in 6th grade. I imagine Ben can relate, but I was probably 4, 6. So it was more just a Napoleon thing. I can do them, but I just jumped over them. I mean, you do it so gracefully. How do you learn how to do it?
Honestly, I like totally give McDavid credit for all of that. I don't really know how she taught me, but my form is still completely wrong because instead of like doing like the correct hurdle form and like putting my chest down, I totally just do like a split, and like that just does not help me. But I can't get out of that habit.
As long as you keep your speed, I guess.
I know. I fell twice during 300 hurdles, and it honestly doesn't really hurt, but it was just painful because I probably could have PR'd, and then instead I just fell. But it happened.
So, last thing I want to ask is, what do you think the biggest lesson is you've learned from, I guess, all of your sports combined over the last 4 years?
A thing that Miss Gagline tells me all the time is like, you either win or you learn, but like you never lose unless you don't learn from your experiences. And I think I used to, whenever I didn't perform my best, I used to take it really like personally, and I would be super upset with myself. And I think I've gotten like I'm like, you know what, mistakes happen. I just need to like learn from them, like know what I did wrong that time and then just fix it for the next time. And I think like for club gymnastics at least, it was so like individual, and I never thought of like doing an individual sport, but like it's for your team. Like I always just felt like I was doing it for myself. And then so I think like throughout high school I just learned like just because like you're competing like individually, like you're still like a team and you're doing it for your team. So I don't know. I feel like I don't know. I just I feel like I've gotten better at like making mistakes and being okay with it.
Absolutely. I think that's something that we can all take away.
Yeah. Well, you'll go down as one of the all-time, not just great female athletes, but great athletes that ever graced the halls and cool field mats of Creek, that's for sure. Not too many people let her one time, let alone 11, 12 with an asterisk, so, and do it with a smile the whole way. So thankful for you down at Creek over the course of the past 4, Izzy.
I miss you. I'm sad.
Sorry. Get the field, you know?
Yeah,
But look forward to
Thanks for coming on, Izzy.
anytime. Thanks for having me.